As the team has run out onto the field at Carisbrooke, Dunedin, a record crowd of 40,000 inside the ground and another couple of thousand on the Scotsman's grandstand outside, thrilled to the excitement of the first test in the 1956 series between South Africa and New Zealand. Archer kicks off, and the big game is away to a rugged start. The Springboks get a good return back, but Walsh sends it into touch about 10 yards inside New Zealand territory. Klaasen, masterly in the lineouts, gets the ball away to his backs. In both lineouts and scrums, the Springboks are belaying the critics who expected them to be weak in the forwards against what is claimed to be one of the strongest ever All Black packs. Within a few minutes of the start of play, Drybrough has a shot at goal, but the ball falls short. Winning the ball from the scrums and lineouts, South Africa press on the All Blacks line. Retief lobs a pass back to Elliott. As Brown tackles him, the fair-haired fly-half sends it out to Howe, who, playing the elusive and tricky game New Zealanders have come to expect of him, slips through Jardin's tackle, then Buxton's, before he's crowded into touch. Vincent is penalised. Drybrough has another chance, and this time there's no mistake. After 8 minutes of play, South Africa are 3 points up. Now the All Blacks storm South African territory. From a ruck in midfield, Ackerman scoops the ball up, but it's going wild, and the backs can't hold it in the face of the fiery All Black forwards, now going into the game with a will. McIntosh bodily removes a Springbok from the ruck, and then is on hand to send the ball along the New Zealand back line. Out to Dixon, who makes a brave bid for the corner, but's bundled into touch. Both teams are playing vigorous, willing, and hard rugby. Archer kicks the ball to Jardin's wing. A perfectly placed ball, but the bounce is wrong, and Drybrough knocks it forward out of harm's way. The crowd are delighted at the zest and spirit with which the All Blacks are taking charge of the game after their unpromising start. The ball goes along the back line again, but the movement breaks down at Gray, who's relentlessly marked by Lochner. Play seesaws back to Dixon's wing, and he gives it a go again, but is forced out. Both spectators and the Springboks are puzzled by the long line-out the All Blacks try. One of the moves adopted during training is not immediately effective, and South Africa get the ball from the line-out. White, the big New Zealand lock playing his 20th successive international game, is momentarily out of action. In the line-outs and scrums, the superiority of the Springboks comes as a surprise to most New Zealanders, who were confident that in this department the All Blacks would outclass their opposition. Strader makes a break down the side of the scrum and kicks forward, but Gray is there to send the ball into touch. The All Blacks press the attack. From the scrum, Vincent gets the ball away to Dixon, who kicks infield. Archer follows up fast, and this is really rugged play. Ackerman has been hit in the leg and is suffering. But after a moment's rest, he's able to play on. From an infield ruck, Vincent breaks through with the ball at his toe. He beats Stratham and Elliott. Drybrough goes down, but he's rucked off the ball. Tiny White up with the play, grabs the ball and bounces over for a try. Jardin's kick is over, and New Zealand are in the lead, 5-3. From the kick-off, a ruck forms. New Zealand get the ball. Vincent to Dixon. He runs, then kicks infield again. The All Blacks follow up fast, harrying the Springboks. Dixon himself is on hand, and he sends the ball to Archer, who throws himself over the line. But bring it back, says the ref. From the scrum under the posts, Gray gets the ball at full speed and is stopped so solidly he bounces back a couple of yards. The Springbok defense is tight, and Jardin can't find a hole in it. The ball comes back infield to Gray, who again finds out just how deadly the tackling is. From the ruck, the South African backs get away well on the blind side. But what's Jardin? He intercepts a pass from Howe, slams on own incredible speed, and he's off down the sideline for a magnificent and historic individual try. Lochner joins the growing minor casualty list. Jardin converts his try, taking the score to 10-3. Irwin, New Zealand prop, is injured, and at halftime the teams consider tactics for the next spell. 10 points to 3 says the half-time scoreboard as the Springboks kick off. Now with only 7 forwards, the All Blacks face a harder job than they did in the first spell. Vincent comes round the open side and kicks over Driver's head, but Dupree comes back to save and sends the ball back to halfway. Only 8 minutes after the second half starts, Ackerman has carried off with a damaged knee cartilage, leaving both teams with 7 forwards apiece. Gray makes a saving run midfield. His effervescence and energy delight the crowd. The Springboks strike. Johnston streaks along the line and from an impossible position passes infield to Howe, who flashes over for a good try. Driver's kick misses and the scoreboard changes to 10-6. A midfield collision sees 2 players down at the one time, Dupree and Dixon. Dixon recovers, but Springbok Dupree has a broken leg and is carried from the field. The South Africans, badly beset by injuries, are unlucky to lose another of their stylish three-quarters, and Dr. Craven is no doubt a worried man as he walks beside Dupree's stretcher. Gray again puts New Zealand on attack. He throws the ball out to Jardine, who goes over, but the referee rules it a forward pass and calls him back for a scrum. The Springboks throw everything into a desperate attempt to make up lost ground, but the New Zealand backs are well up on them. Stradham's pass to Johnston is a forward. New Zealand get the ball from the scrum and Vincent gets it away to Archer, who takes a tumble as Stradham tackles him. With time fast running out, line out follows line out, ruck follows ruck. The Springboks are away again, but Archer, playing with bruised ribs, manages to check them and the movement breaks down. At the final whistle, the score is unchanged. The test hoodoo is broken, and crowds swarm onto the paddock to congratulate the All Blacks. The startled Seagulls settle over Carisbrooke again, and in the minds of everyone, the big question is whether the All Blacks will be able to repeat their success in the next 3 test matches against South Africa.